Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is Lutfer, the course coordinator of ACFI 3190 Financial Institutions Risk Management. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download data for your group assignment. So first of all, let me share the assignment document and explain what data you will need for the assignment. So I think all of you have had a chance to look at this assignment document, which title is Risk Exposure of Australian Financial Institutions and Empirical Analysis. And you will see that you need to measure the risk exposure of some financial institutions in Australia, which are 2 major banks, 2 regional banks, 2 insurance company, and 3 other financial services provider. So the names of these institutions are provided here. Okay. And to estimate the risk exposure, you need to estimate this regression model. In a separate video, I will show you how to estimate a regression model. So in this video, I am focusing on the required data and how to obtain this data. So in this model, you can see in the left-hand side, we have a stock return of individual financial institutions. So to calculate stock return, we need stock price data. So which means that you have a set of financial institutions and you need their stock price data for a sample period. So you want to explain the variation in this stock return by some risk factors. One is the market return, which is global and domestic, also interest rate changes and exchange rate changes. So which means that you need the stock return data, which is your left-hand side variable. And in the right-hand side, you have 4 risk variables. So you also need data to construct these variables. So a global stock price index, a domestic market index, interest rate change, and exchange rate changes. So these are the data, or these are the variables you need to estimate this model. Okay. Now, where do we get this data? For all the variables except the interest rate changes, for example, individual stock return, individual stock prices, market index, and exchange rates, these data are available in FactSet. And the interest rate data, I have already provided you a link to obtain the interest rate data. Okay. As a student of this course, you have been given access to FactSet, a commercial data provider, and from FactSet, you can obtain this data. Okay. So let me now show how you get data from FactSet. So first of all, you just Google search the FactSet login, and you set up your FactSet account. You will get a one-time passcode, and using this one-time passcode, you will be able to set up your username and password. And access to FactSet will need a 2-step authentication, which means that you need to provide your email, and you will get the passcode in your email, which you need to put in to log in. Okay. So as I mentioned, first of all, just Google FactSet login. So as you get there, it's FactSet login. And in this login page, those who are the first-time user, they need to create this password for new account. Okay. And you will get step-by-step process that how you set up your account. Once this is done, then for the next time, you just put your email. So email is your EON email ID, the name part of your email ID, and then factset.net, and you provide your password and click login so you access the FactSet. Okay. And you will get this page once you log in FactSet. So you should go to FactSet web launch page. So here you are in FactSet. So to get the data, you need to go to company and security. Okay. And I'm just making it a bit bigger. Sorry. Okay. So company and security. So what you are looking for, you need to put it up here. Okay. Um, and you can see that this is single. So what you need to do is you need to put multiple because you need stock price data of multiple companies or multiple banks. Okay. So you need to enter the ID here. For example, say you are looking for data of Commonwealth. So you see, for example, when you start typing Commonwealth Bank of Australia, so you get Commonwealth Bank of Australia equities. So you select this one, okay? And then let's say you are also looking for National Australia Bank. Okay, so National Australia Bank Limited. So in this way, you can keep adding the financial institutions you need to get data for. Okay. Then you also need two market indices. The first one is S&P S&P 500 index. So you can see S&P 500 index. And you also need S&P ASX 200, which is an Australian index. S&P ASX. So S&P ASX 200. S&P ASX, this S&P ASX 200, 300. So let's say S&P ASX 200. Okay, so you can see that the stock price data are shown here, S&P 500, S&P ASX 200, National Australia Commonwealth Bank. You just need to select a couple of other things. For example, you need price data, you need monthly data, you need them in their local currencies, and also you need to select the time period, okay? So I think the sample period you need to choose for your assignment is January 2005 to 31st December 2022. So you select them, okay? So all this data are here. So what now you need to do is you need to download this data. Okay, you need to download this data and you get the data in a new spreadsheet. So if you click this, you will get the spreadsheet downloaded in your computer. Okay. So I'm quickly showing you the Excel file that you get from this exercise. Okay. So this is how the Excel file will look like. Okay. So S&P 500 index, you can see the National Australia Bank, Commonwealth Bank, or whatever other companies and indices you select. So you will get this time series data for all these companies and indices. Okay. So that's about the stock price, and that's about the stock price and the market index data. Okay. The next thing you need is the exchange data. Exchange data is also available in FactSet. So I'm going back to FactSet. Okay. So I'm going to market, and you see FX. FX is foreign exchange. And I go to historical. Okay. And here you need to select time series. So you select time series. Okay. And also you need to select few other things. For example, you need monthly data, and you also need the data, let's say, for 20 years. Okay. Okay. Now, you can see that all these exchange rates are here. So unfortunately, you cannot select one of these exchanges, but it's okay. You can get all the exchange data, then you can use the one that you need. You basically need this AUD USD exchange data, right? But all other exchanges are also here. So after selecting all of them, as usual, what you need to do is you need to download this data. Okay, Excel download. Okay. So let me show you again how the Excel file will look like here. Okay. So this is how the Excel file will look like. So as I mentioned, that what you need is you need this one, AUD USD. So let's copy this part, and we go here and we paste them, paste spatial and transpose. Okay. So we just delete what we don't need. Say Euro US, GBP US, we don't need them. So we delete them. What we only need is AUD USD exchanges. Okay. Now, another thing you may have noticed that these exchange rate data come from 31st August and then goes down like 2023, 22, 21. However, in the stock price data, if you remember, it is started from 2005, 6, 7, 8 like this. Okay. So when you put all this data in Excel spreadsheet to estimate your regression, all data sequence must be the same. Okay, so you can easily change this one. For example, let's put 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay, and then you just sort them from largest to smallest. Sort, and now you see that it has been sorted from 2003, 4, 5, and up to 2023. And don't forget, these 2003, 4 data are not needed for you. So what you need is from January 2005 to December 2022. Okay, so you have the individual stock price data, you have market index data, you have exchange data. You just need one more, which is the interest rate. Now, this is pretty easy for the interest rate data. If I go back to your assignment document, I have given you a link for this, which is this. So if you use this link, you will go to the website of Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, and you can download the Australian Australian interest rate data. So I am showing this. So if I just go to your browser and you paste this link and you will be directed to. Okay, so I'm sharing again. Okay, so if you just copy this link and paste it in your browser, so you can see that it's long-term government bond yield data for Australia, and you select the time period you need, you can see like it's so 2005 January and select 2022 December, and there is a download button. So you click download and you get the data in an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. And once again, let me show you how the Excel spreadsheet will look like once you download this data. Okay. So here is the interest rate data for Australia. Okay, so now you know how you get the data for all the variables you need: individual stock price, market index, um, exchange rate, and interest rate data. Okay, just one point you need to remember that you need to put all this data in an Excel spreadsheet, and then you estimate the regression model. All the data sequence need to be same, and also you need to use this data to construct the variable. Okay, so what do I mean by that? For example, you are getting stock price data, right? Individual stock price data, but to estimate the regression model, you need the return data. So from an individual stock price, you need to calculate return, and then you estimate the regression model. Okay. So I think I have explained all the necessary points you need to know to obtain the data for your group assignment. And as I already mentioned that in a separate video, I will explain that how to estimate a regression model. Okay, so thank you very much, and don't hesitate to let me know if you have any question or concern about the assignment. Thank you. Bye.